So when I first decided to buy a new mountain bike, the very first question I had to ask myself was, do I buy it from my local bike shop or do I go direct to consumer? And the reason why a lot of people are concerned about direct to consumer is maintenance. Hello everyone, my name is Todd Sussman and I'm an old ass mountain biker. Today we're going to start talking about how to do some of the basic maintenance tasks on your own bike. I've only been mountain biking a little over 9 months. I've had my bike 6 months, which means some of the basic maintenance is coming due. And today we're going to learn about how to inspect our brake pads and rotors and possibly even prep them to get them bed in correctly, because I didn't do that when I first bought the bike. Let's get to it. Before we get started, let's take a quick look at the tools we will need to finish today's project. Needle nose pliers to remove the safety clip from the brakes, a 2mm hex to remove the retaining bolt. We will need a 5mm hex to recenter our brake calipers. And if we do decide that I need to scuff my brake pads and my rotors, I have 1000 grit sandpaper and a T25 bit on a screwdriver to remove the rotors. So let's go ahead and remove the front wheel and pull the brake pads and take a look and see how they look. All right, to begin with, there is a safety clip on the back side that needs to be removed. Then using a 2mm, remove the retaining bolt. And then just simply pull out the pads. All right, having pulled out the brake pads and removed them from the spring, if I shine the light, you see how it's kind of shiny, and you can see some flecks in there. A lot of that was caused by me when I first bought the bike. I didn't understand the concept of bedding in my brakes. So in addition to having pulled out the pads and look at them, I'm going to go remove the rotor from the front wheel, and then we will show you how we can prep these brake pads, prep the rotor, and bed in our brakes. So we have the brake pads removed and the rotor removed also from the front wheel. Next, we're going to take the 1000 grit sandpaper, and when it comes to the rotor itself, you're just looking to scuff it up. We're not trying to take any actual material off. You'll notice I'm wearing gloves so that I don't worry about transmitting any of my oils and contaminating the rotor and brake pads. All right, let's see if you can tell on the camera. I don't know if it's really going to show up, but we've gone ahead and removed some of the dirty material from this one here. And you can see it's no longer that super shiny. And we're going to do the same to this. We will zap it with a little bit of muck off drivetrain cleaner to clean off any of the residue. And then we will reinstall it into the bike. All right, so keep in mind this is the first time I have ever pulled my brake pads, or the first time I'm ever going to replace them, so it took me a couple of tries to get them into the springs. So let's go ahead, get this back on the bike and the front wheel back in. I'm going to do the rear wheel offline, and then we'll talk about how you properly bed them in. So regardless of whether your brake pads needed replacing or just a little TLC like mine, the next step in the process is called bedding in your brakes. And what we're going to do is we're going to transmit some of the braking material from the brake pad and fill in any imperfections or scratches from the sandpaper on the rotor, thereby creating a nice tacky surface that will give you maximum braking power. So we don't want to get them too heated up. Very important, we don't lock up the brakes. We're going to apply about 75% of brake strength and just drag the brakes until we transmit enough. Usually it takes about 5 tries before you really feel a difference. Future me, what do you think? So that's 5, and I already feel a difference night and day. So yeah, this is the first time I've gone through the proper process, and I will tell you, it is making a world of difference. We're gonna take the bike out onto the trail tomorrow, and I'll let you know how it feels in real life. In the meanwhile, we're gonna let the bike cool down so that the material hardens and really sets itself, and we get to have an excellent day on the trails with my buddy. Thanks, everyone.
I remember this. This is where the Jeep got stuck.